Hey Pisces, I need you to really settle in right now because what I am about to share with you is something that has been weighing on my heart for days. I have been pulling cards for you, and honestly, the energy around you right now is so thick, so intense, that I had to take breaks between readings just to process what the universe is showing me. This is not one of those light and fluffy readings where everything is sunshine and rainbows. This is raw, this is real, and this is about the people who have been working behind the scenes against you. You know that feeling you have been having lately, that sense that something is off, that there are people around you who smile to your face but their energy feels wrong? Yeah, that feeling is not just in your head. The cards are showing me very clearly that there are individuals in your circle or adjacent to your life who have been actively plotting against you. I am talking about real calculated moves here. These are not just people who are casually jealous or who throw shade every now and then. These are people who have invested time, energy, and yes, even resources into trying to knock you down. The word that keeps coming to me is vultures. That is exactly what they are. They are circling, watching, waiting for you to stumble, waiting for you to fail, because your success makes them confront their own inadequacies. Your light is so bright right now, Pisces, and instead of being inspired by it, these people feel threatened by it. They cannot stand to see you thriving. They cannot stand to see you happy. They cannot stand to see you finally stepping into the version of yourself that you have worked so hard to become. What really gets me about this situation is the level of desperation involved. These are not people who are confident in their own path. These are people who are so insecure, so empty inside, that they have literally put effort into trying to destroy what you have built. And I know that might sound dramatic, but I am telling you what the cards are showing me. There has been gossip. There has been manipulation. There have been attempts to sabotage your reputation, your opportunities, your peace of mind. But here's what I want you to understand from the very beginning of this reading. The universe sees everything. Karma is not just some abstract concept that we talk about to make ourselves feel better. Karma is an actual energetic law, and it is already in motion for these people. What they have sent out into the world is coming back to them in ways they never anticipated. The cards are showing me that the very things they tried to use against you are going to be the things that expose them and ultimately bring them down. So I am going to walk you through what I am seeing in the cards today. I pulled specifically for your situation, asking the universe to show me what is really happening behind the scenes, who these people are, what their intentions have been, and most importantly, what karma has in store for them. Because trust me, the universe has a plan, and it is unfolding exactly as it should. I also want to say, before we dive in, if you have been feeling drained lately, if you have been feeling like you are carrying a weight that is not yours, that is because you have been absorbing the negativity that these people have been directing at you. But today, we are going to shift that energy. Today, we are going to acknowledge what has been happening. We are going to see the truth of it, and then we are going to release it. You are not responsible for other people's bitterness. You are not responsible for their jealousy. You are only responsible for continuing to walk your path with integrity and grace. All right, so the first card I pulled for you is the Wheel of Fortune. When this card showed up, I actually had to pause because the message was so immediate and so strong. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, about what goes up must come down, about the natural ebb and flow of life. But in the context of your situation, this card is telling me that a major karmic cycle is completing right now. Think about it like this. These people who have been working against you, they thought they could manipulate the wheel. They thought they could spin it in their favor by pushing you down. But what they did not realize is that the Wheel of Fortune is not controlled by human manipulation. It is controlled by universal law. And when you try to cheat the system, when you try to harm others for your own gain, the wheel turns against you with twice the force. I am seeing that these individuals had a period where things seemed to be working out for them. Maybe they successfully spread some rumors about you. Maybe they got some people to believe their version of events. Maybe they even saw you struggle for a bit and they felt victorious. They thought they had won. They thought they had taken you down a peg. But the Wheel of Fortune is showing me that their so-called victory was temporary, and the wheel is already turning in the opposite direction. What I find really interesting about this card in your reading is that it is not just about their karma catching up with them. It is also about your elevation. See, the Wheel of Fortune works both ways simultaneously. While they are descending, you are ascending. While their truth is being exposed, your truth is being validated. While they are losing credibility, you are gaining respect. The universe is literally redistributing the energy right now. I am also getting that some of these people are already starting to feel the shift. They are getting anxious. They are getting desperate because things that used to work for them are not working anymore. The doors that used to open easily are now slamming shut. People who used to believe their lies are now questioning their credibility. The protection they thought they had is dissolving. And deep down, they know why. They know that what they did to you is coming back to them, but they are too proud and too deluded to admit it, even to themselves. The Wheel of Fortune is also telling me that you are entering a period of unexpected blessings. Things are going to start happening for you that you did not even plan for. Opportunities are going to appear out of nowhere. People who can genuinely help you are going to show up in your life. Money might start flowing more easily. Doors are going to open that were previously closed. And all of this is happening because you stayed true to yourself. You did not lower yourself to their level. You did not engage in the same petty, vindictive behavior that they engaged in. You kept your integrity intact, and now the universe is rewarding you for that. I want you to really sit with this energy for a moment. The Wheel of Fortune is one of the most powerful cards in the tarot deck because it reminds us that we are not in control of everything, but we are in control of how we show up. You showed up with honor. You showed up with grace. And now the wheel is turning in your favor in a major way. This is not just about small wins. This is about significant, life-changing shifts that are going to completely alter your trajectory. Another thing the Wheel of Fortune is highlighting is the concept of divine timing. You might have been wondering why certain things did not work out when you wanted them to. You might have been frustrated that justice did not come sooner. You might have felt like you were waiting forever for things to turn around. But this card is saying that everything is happening exactly when it is supposed to happen. The delays were not punishments. The delays were necessary for all the pieces to fall into place. The delays allowed these people to dig their own graves deeper. The delays allowed you to grow stronger. The delays allowed the universe to set up something so much better than what you originally had in mind. So when I look at the Wheel of Fortune in your reading, I see vindication coming. I see your name being cleared. I see people who doubted you coming back with apologies. I see people who believed the lies about you realizing they were manipulated. I see your enemies losing their power and their influence. And I see you stepping into a level of success and happiness that is going to make all of this struggle worth it. The energy is already shifting, Pisces. You can probably feel it. Things are starting to move, the stagnation is breaking, the fog is lifting, and very soon you are going to look back on this period and realize that it was the catalyst for your greatest transformation. Now, the second card that came through for you is Judgment. And honestly, when this card appeared right after the Wheel of Fortune, I got actual chills. Because Judgment is the card of karmic reckoning, of truth being revealed, of people being held accountable for their actions. This is not a gentle, maybe someday they will learn their lesson kind of energy. This is swift, unavoidable, cosmic justice. Judgment is telling me that there is going to be a moment, and it is coming very soon, where everything these people have done in the shadows is going to be brought into the light. All the plotting, all the scheming, all the lies, all the manipulation, it is all going to be exposed. And not in a subtle way. This is going to be undeniable. This is going to be public. This is going to be the kind of exposure where they cannot talk their way out of it. They cannot gaslight people into believing a different narrative. They cannot hide behind their fake personas anymore. What I am seeing with this card is that the universe has been collecting evidence. Every malicious word they spoke about you, every action they took to undermine you, every bit of energy they put into trying to destroy you, it has all been recorded in the cosmic ledger. And now the bill is due. Judgment is the card that says time's up and it is time to face the consequences. I am also getting that this exposure is not going to come from you. You are not going to have to defend yourself. You are not going to have to prove your innocence. You are not going to have to gather evidence and present your case. The universe is doing that for you. The truth is going to emerge through circumstances that are beyond anyone's control. Maybe someone who was in on their schemes is going to have a change of heart and speak up. Maybe their own behavior is going to become so obviously problematic that people will not be able to ignore it anymore. Maybe something they said is going to contradict something else they said, and the whole house of cards is going to collapse. Judgment is also about awakening. This card is showing me that there are people around you who have been blind to what was really happening. They believed the surface level story. They did not look deeper. They took things at face value. But this judgment energy is going to wake them up. Suddenly, things that did not make sense before are going to click into place. Patterns are going to become obvious. People are going to have those OH moment where they realize they were played, they were manipulated, they were used as pawns in someone else's jealous vendetta against you. One of the most powerful aspects of the Judgment card is that it forces people to confront their own actions and their own complicity. Some of the people who participated in spreading rumors about you or who believed the lies without questioning them are going to have to face the fact that they contributed to hurting an innocent person. That is going to be uncomfortable for them. Some of them might try to justify it or make excuses, but deep down, they are going to know, and that knowing is going to eat at them. For the main perpetrators, the ones who orchestrated this whole thing, Judgment is showing me that they are going to experience a complete dismantling of their social standing. Whatever influence they had, whatever respect they commanded, whatever position they held, it is all going to crumble. People are going to distance themselves from them. Opportunities are going to dry up. Their reputation is going to be permanently damaged. And the worst part for them is that they are going to know that they brought this on themselves. The Judgment card is also deeply spiritual. It is reminding you that this situation was never just about petty human drama. This was about soul contracts, about karmic lessons, about spiritual evolution. These people came into your life to teach you something, even though their intentions were malicious. They taught you about discernment. They taught you about boundaries. They taught you about your own strength. They taught you that you can survive betrayal and come out stronger. And now that those lessons have been learned, they are being removed from your path. I am also getting that this Judgment energy is going to bring you a sense of closure that you have been craving. You have known that something was wrong. You have felt the betrayal. You have sensed the negativity directed at you. But maybe you did not have concrete proof. Maybe you questioned yourself. Maybe you wondered if you were being paranoid or overly sensitive. This Judgment moment is going to validate everything you felt. You are going to have confirmation that yes, it was real, yes, they did conspire against you, and yes, you were right to protect yourself. But here is what I really want you to understand about the Judgment card. While it is bringing consequences to your enemies, it is also elevating you to a new level of existence. Judgment is about rebirth, about rising from the ashes, about stepping into your higher self. You are not the same person you were before all of this happened. You have been through a trial by fire, and you have emerged refined. The universe is now calling you forward into a new chapter where the people and situations that do not match your new vibration simply cannot exist. This is your liberation, Pisces. This is your freedom. This is your fresh start. And it is happening because the universe saw how these people treated you and said enough. Moving on to the third card, we have the King of Wands. Now, this card is really interesting in the context of everything we have been talking about because the King of Wands represents someone with power, charisma, influence, and leadership abilities. In your reading, this card is showing me one of two things, and honestly, it might be both. First, this could be representing one of the main people who has been working against you. This is someone who has a certain level of status or authority. This is someone who other people listen to, who other people follow, who has the ability to sway opinions and manipulate situations. They have used their charisma and their influence to paint a negative picture of you. They have weaponized their social power to try to isolate you, to try to damage your opportunities, to try to make your life difficult. What makes this person particularly dangerous is that they are smart. They are strategic. They do not act impulsively. They have calculated every move. They know how to present themselves in a way that seems credible, that seems trustworthy, that seems like they have good intentions. So when they spread lies about you, or when they undermine you, people believe them because they have built up this reputation of being confident and competent. But here is what the King of Wands is revealing in your reading. This person's power is built on a foundation of ego and insecurity. Underneath all that confidence, underneath all that bravado, they are deeply threatened by you. They see something in you that they wish they had. Maybe it is your authenticity, maybe it is your natural talent, maybe it is the genuine love and respect that people have for you, maybe it is your ability to succeed without manipulation. Whatever it is, it triggers something in them that they cannot handle. The King of Wands energy, when it is operating from a shadow place, is all about control and domination. This person needs to feel like they are the most important, the most impressive, the most successful person in the room. And when you showed up being your authentic self and naturally attracting positive attention and opportunities, it disrupted their sense of superiority. So they decided that instead of dealing with their own insecurity, they would just try to eliminate the perceived competition, which is you. I am also seeing that this King of Wands person might have even presented themselves as a mentor or a friend to you at some point. They might have acted like they were on your side, like they were helping you, like they were giving you advice, but the whole time they were gathering information about you that they could later use against you. They were studying your vulnerabilities, your insecurities, your dreams, so that they would know exactly where to strike when they decided to turn on you. The betrayal from a King of Wands type is particularly painful because they are so good at making you believe in them. They are charming. They are convincing. They make you feel special, like you are part of their inner circle. And then when they flip on you, it feels like whiplash because you did not see it coming. You trusted them. You believed they had your best interests at heart. And finding out that it was all a performance, that they were never really your ally, that cuts deep. But here is the other interpretation of the King of Wands in your reading, and this is the one that gives me so much hope for you. This card might also be representing the energy that you are stepping into. The King of Wands is not inherently negative. When this energy is used in its highest form, it is about confident leadership, about inspiring others, about taking bold action, about manifesting your vision into reality. What I am seeing is that going through this experience with these jealous, vindictive people is actually going to catalyze you into your own King of Wands power. You are going to stop second-guessing yourself. You are going to stop dimming your light to make others comfortable. You are going to stop apologizing for your success. You are going to own your abilities, your achievements, your worth. And you are going to step into a level of leadership and influence that is going to far surpass anything your enemies ever had. The difference between you and them is that your power is going to be authentic. Your influence is going to be earned through integrity, not manipulation. Your success is going to be sustainable because it is built on truth, not lies. And the people who follow you, the people who support you, the people who celebrate you, they are going to be genuine. Not like the fake followers that your enemies have, the ones who are only there because they are afraid of becoming the next target or because they have been deceived. The King of Wands is also telling me that you are about to enter a period of massive creative and professional momentum. Whatever projects you have been working on, whatever goals you have been pursuing, they are about to take off in a big way. You are going to have the energy, the confidence, and the clarity to make things happen. Doors are going to open, resources are going to appear, the right people are going to show up to support your vision. And here is the really beautiful part. Your success, your rise, you're stepping into this King of Wands energy, it is going to be the best revenge. Not because you are trying to get back at anyone, but because your thriving is going to be undeniable proof that their attempts to destroy you failed. They are going to watch you succeed beyond their wildest imagination, and it is going to drive them crazy. They put all that effort into trying to knock you down, and instead, you rose higher than you ever would have if they had just left you alone. So whether the King of Wands represents your enemy or represents your future self, or both, the message is clear. Their power is fading while yours is growing. Their influence was always an illusion while yours is real. Their time is ending while yours is just beginning. The fourth card I pulled for you is the Eight of Wands, and this card has me feeling really excited for you because the Eight of Wands is all about rapid movement, quick developments, messages and information coming in fast. Things that were delayed suddenly accelerating. In your situation, this card is telling me that the karma we have been talking about, the exposure we have been discussing, it is not something that is going to happen slowly over time. This is going to happen fast. I am seeing a sudden shift in circumstances. Things that have been building up in the background are going to burst into the open almost overnight. Information is going to spread quickly. The truth is going to circulate rapidly. People are going to talk. And once it starts, it is going to gain momentum like a wildfire. Your enemies are not going to have time to do damage control. They are not going to be able to get ahead of the story. By the time they realize what is happening, it will already be too late. The Eight of Wands often appears in readings about communication and information. So I am seeing that the exposure of these people might happen through messages, through emails, through text conversations being revealed, through social media, through people talking and word spreading. There is a very strong possibility that written evidence of their scheming is going to come to light. Maybe screenshots of group chats where they were talking badly about you. Maybe emails where they were coordinating their efforts to undermine you. Maybe texts where they were spreading lies. Something tangible that cannot be denied or explained away. What I love about the Eight of Wands energy is that it cuts through all the BS. There is no more waiting, no more wondering, no more uncertainty. Things are going to become crystal clear very quickly. And for you, this is going to bring such a sense of relief. You have been carrying this, knowing that something was wrong, that people were working against you, but maybe you did not have proof. Maybe you felt like you could not speak up because you did not have concrete evidence. The Eight of Wands is saying that evidence is coming, and it is coming fast. This card is also showing me that things are going to start moving rapidly in your own life in positive ways. Opportunities that you applied for months ago are suddenly going to get back to you with yes answers. Projects that were stalled are going to suddenly pick up momentum. People who you have been trying to connect with are going to reach out. Money that was owed to you might suddenly arrive. Things that felt stuck are going to break free and start flowing. The Eight of Wands has this energy of divine intervention. It is like the universe looked at your situation and said, okay, enough of this. It is time to speed things up. And when the universe decides to accelerate things, there is no force that can stop it. Not your enemies, not their influence, not their manipulation, nothing. The wheels are in motion and they are spinning fast. I am also getting that you might receive news or information that completely changes your perspective on the situation. Maybe someone who you thought was neutral is going to reach out to you privately and tell you that they know what has been happening and they are on your side. Maybe someone is going to apologize for believing lies about you. Maybe you are going to find out exactly who was behind certain situations and why. This information is going to be shocking, but also validating. The Eight of Wands can also indicate travel or movement in some form. For you, this might be literal travel, like an opportunity to relocate or to take a trip that opens up new possibilities. Or it might be metaphorical movement, like moving up in your career, moving into a new social circle, moving past this entire drama into a completely new chapter of your life. Another aspect of the Eight of Wands is that it represents the idea that what goes around comes around, but quickly. These people sent negative energy, lies, and malicious intent flying in your direction like arrows. The Eight of Wands is showing me that those arrows are now turning around mid-flight and heading right back to the people who shot them, and they are coming back with speed and force. The karma is swift and it is precise. For your enemies, The Eight of Wands means that their world is about to change very quickly and not in a good way. Things are going to start falling apart for them rapidly. One thing after another. It is going to feel relentless to them. Just when they think they have handled one crisis, another one is going to hit, and they are going to be scrambling, trying to keep up, trying to maintain control, but they are not going to be able to. The momentum is against them now. The Eight of Wands is also telling me that you should not waste any more energy worrying about these people or trying to figure out how to protect yourself from them. The universe has already handled it. Your job now is to focus on your own path, your own goals, your own happiness. Focus on the opportunities that are coming your way. Focus on building the life you want. Focus on surrounding yourself with people who genuinely love and support you. Let the universe deal with your enemies. Trust me, it is handling them just fine. So the Eight of Wands is bringing you swift justice, rapid positive developments, and the satisfying experience of watching karma work in real time. Things are about to get very interesting, very quickly. The fifth card here is the Ten of Pentacles. And when I saw this card, I honestly wanted to cry happy tears for you, because this card is about legacy, long-term success, generational wealth, family, stability, and lasting abundance. After everything you have been through, after all the attempts to destroy you, the universe is showing me that not only are you going to be okay, you are going to thrive in ways that create a lasting impact. The Ten of Pentacles is the ultimate card of having it all. This is not temporary success. This is not a flash in the pan moment. This is sustained, solid, unshakable prosperity. I am talking about the kind of success that provides security not just for you, but potentially for your family, for future generations. This is about building something real, something lasting, something that cannot be taken away from you. What really strikes me about this card appearing in your reading is that it represents everything your enemies tried to prevent you from having. They wanted to keep you struggling. They wanted to keep you small. They wanted to block your blessings. They wanted to make sure you did not succeed. And despite all their efforts, despite all the energy and resources they put into trying to destroy you, you are going to end up with the Ten of Pentacles. You are going to end up with everything they tried to steal from you and more. This card is showing me financial abundance coming in for you. Maybe through a career advancement, maybe through a business venture taking off, maybe through an investment paying off, maybe through an unexpected windfall. Whatever the source, money is going to flow to you more easily than it has in a long time. And this is not money that comes and goes. This is money that stays, that accumulates, that creates a foundation for long-term wealth. The Ten of Pentacles is also about recognition and respect. You are going to be acknowledged for your talents, your hard work, your integrity. People are going to see you for who you really are, not the distorted version that your enemies tried to present. Your reputation is going to be restored and actually enhanced beyond what it was before. You are going to be known as someone who survived adversity with grace, someone who could not be broken, someone who succeeded despite the obstacles placed in your path. I am also seeing that the Ten of Pentacles represents you creating your own sense of family and community. Maybe your biological family has not always been supportive, or maybe some of the people you considered family turned out to be the ones working against you. This card is telling me that you are going to build your own chosen family, your own tribe, your own community of people who genuinely love you, respect you, and have your back. These relationships are going to be deep, loyal, and lasting. Another beautiful aspect of the Ten of Pentacles is the idea of leaving a legacy. Your life, your work, your story, it is going to mean something. You are going to inspire people. You are going to help people. You are going to create something or contribute something that outlives you. And when I compare that to your enemies, who are going to be remembered for their jealousy, their pettiness, their cruelty, the contrast is stark. You are going to leave a positive mark on the world while they are going to leave a cautionary tale. The Ten of Pentacles is also telling me that you are going to reach a point where you feel genuinely fulfilled and content with your life. Not in a complacent way, but in a deeply satisfied way. You are going to look around at what you have built, the people you are surrounded by, the person you have become, and you are going to feel proud. you are going to feel like all the struggle was worth it because it led you here. For your enemies, the Ten of Pentacles represents everything they will never have. They might accumulate some money, they might have some superficial success, but they will never have what this card represents. They will never have genuine love. They will never have real respect. They will never have inner peace. They will never have a legacy worth celebrating, because all of those things require integrity, authenticity, and a good heart, and they have none of those things. The Ten of Pentacles is also showing me that your success is going to be public enough that your enemies will not be able to avoid seeing it. They are going to hear about your achievements. They are going to see your happy moments. They are going to witness your abundance, and it is going to eat at them, not because you are rubbing it in their faces, but because your success is undeniable evidence that their plan failed spectacularly. I want you to really receive the energy of the Ten of Pentacles, Pisces. This is your future. This is what is coming for you. No matter what these people did, no matter what they tried, they could not stop this from manifesting in your life. Your blessings were always going to arrive. Your success was always going to happen. Your happiness was always going to be yours. They wasted their time, their energy, and their own karmic credit trying to prevent the inevitable. And now they are going to have to watch you live out the beautiful life they tried to steal from you. Now, the sixth and final card I pulled for you is the Nine of Swords. And at first glance, you might think this is a negative card because the Nine of Swords is typically associated with anxiety, worry, sleepless nights, mental anguish. But in your reading, positioned after all these powerful cards about your success and their karma, this card is not about you. This is about them. This is about your enemies and what they are experiencing right now and what they are about to experience even more intensely. The Nine of Swords is showing me that these people are not sleeping well at night. Their conscience, if they have one left, is starting to bother them. The reality of what they have done is starting to sink in. The consequences are starting to manifest, and they are scared. They are anxious. They are worried about what is coming next, because on some level, even if they will not admit it out loud, they know that karma is real, and they know that they have a massive karmic debt to pay. I am seeing restless nights for these people. I am seeing them lying awake at 3 in the morning, replaying their actions, wondering if they went too far, worrying about what is going to happen when the truth comes out. I am seeing them checking their phones obsessively, wondering if today is the day that everything falls apart for them. I am seeing them jumping at every notification, every email, every phone call, because they are constantly on edge waiting for the other shoe to drop. The Nine of Swords represents mental and emotional torment, and that is exactly what your enemies are experiencing. While you are moving forward into your Ten of Pentacles future, they are stuck in this Nine of Swords nightmare of their own creation. Their own minds are becoming their prison. Their own thoughts are torturing them, and there is no escape from it, because you cannot run from your own conscience. You cannot hide from your own guilt. You cannot avoid your own karma. What I find particularly satisfying about the Nine of Swords appearing in your reading is that it shows me these people are already suffering, even before the full exposure happens. They know something is coming. They can feel it. The energy has shifted. Things that used to work for them are not working anymore. People are starting to question them. Their masks are starting to slip, and they are terrified of what happens when everyone sees who they really are. The Nine of Swords is also about regret. These people are going to reach a point, if they have not already, where they realize that what they did to you was not worth it. They are going to look at their lives and see that all their scheming, all their plotting, all their malicious behavior did not actually get them what they wanted. It did not make them happier. It did not make them more successful. It did not fill the void inside them. All it did was create more problems and attract more negative karma. I am also seeing that the Nine of Swords represents isolation for these people. As their true nature becomes more apparent, as their behavior catches up with them, people are going to distance themselves. Nobody wants to be associated with someone who is exposed as a liar, a manipulator, someone who hurt an innocent person for no good reason. So these individuals are going to find themselves increasingly alone. And in those quiet, lonely moments, the Nine of Swords energy is going to be especially intense because they will have no distractions from their own thoughts and their own guilt. For some of these people, the Nine of Swords might manifest as actual mental health issues. Not that I wish harm on anyone, but the card is showing me that the weight of their actions is going to take a genuine toll on their psychological well-being. Anxiety disorders, depression, paranoia, these are all possible manifestations of the Nine of Swords energy. And while I do not celebrate anyone's suffering, I do recognize that this is natural consequence. This is what happens when you put negative energy out into the world. It comes back to you and it affects you on every level, including mentally and emotionally. The Nine of Swords is also showing me that these people might try to reach out to you at some point, not with a genuine apology, but more as an attempt to alleviate their own discomfort. They might try to test the waters to see if you are planning to expose them. They might try to manipulate you into staying silent. They might try to gaslight you one more time into thinking you misunderstood what happened. And if that happens, I want you to remember this reading. I want you to remember that their discomfort is not your responsibility. Their karma is not your problem. You do not owe them your energy, your forgiveness, or your silence if you choose to speak your truth. Another thing the Nine of Swords is highlighting is that these people are going to become obsessed with you in a way. Not in a loving way, but in a tormented way. They are going to be unable to stop thinking about you. They are going to check your social media constantly, even though it pains them to see you thriving. They are going to ask mutual acquaintances about you. They are going to be haunted by you, by what they did to you, by the fact that you survived and succeeded despite their best efforts to destroy you. You are going to live rent-free in their minds, keeping them up at night, while you are peacefully sleeping and living your best life. The Nine of Swords is the card of self-created hell. And that is exactly what your enemies are experiencing and will continue to experience. They created this situation. They chose to act out of jealousy and malice. They chose to invest their time and energy into trying to harm you, and now they are living with the consequences of those choices. Meanwhile, you are free. You are moving forward. You are ascending. You are becoming everything they tried to prevent you from becoming. So when I look at the Nine of Swords as the final card in your reading, I see it as the universe showing you that justice is being served, not through your hand, but through the natural law of karma. These people are suffering the consequences of their own actions. And while you continue to rise into your power, into your abundance, into your happiness, they are going to be stuck in their own mental and emotional prison, paying the price for what they tried to do to you. Before we wrap up, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge how strong you are, Pisces. You went through something that would break a lot of people. You were betrayed, you were lied about, you were sabotaged, you had people actively working to destroy what you built. And yet here you are, still standing, still fighting, still believing in yourself and your future. That takes incredible strength and resilience. I also want you to know that this experience, as painful as it was, has prepared you for the next level of your life. You learned who your real friends are. You learned how to trust your intuition. You learned that you are stronger than you ever knew. You learned that you do not need everyone to believe in you as long as you believe in yourself. These are lessons that are going to serve you for the rest of your life. And finally, I want you to embrace the future that the cards are showing you. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. Judgment is bringing you vindication and a fresh start. The King of Wands is calling you into your power. The Eight of Wands is accelerating your blessings. The Ten of Pentacles is guaranteeing your long-term success and abundance. And the Nine of Swords is showing you that your enemies are already paying for what they did. You do not have to do anything except keep being yourself. Keep walking your path. Keep trusting the universe. Everything else is being handled. Your job is to receive the blessings, to step into your power, to build the beautiful life you deserve. Let karma handle the rest. Thank you so much for being here with me today. I know this was a heavy reading, but I hope it brought you clarity, validation, and hope. You are not alone in this. The universe sees you, it supports you, and it is working on your behalf. Trust the process. Your time is now.